was the inspiration for Look Out Below that you wrote?
Well, I mean, when I wrote that song, I had different lyrics and melody to it, which, I presented to Steven. And, as Steven does, he likes to write his own, melodies and lyrics and storylines and whatnot. Sometimes he uses parts of stuff that I've written. So I try not to get too married to my part, because then I don't want to have to try and enforce, hey, dude, you got to sing this like this, or you got to sing these lyrics, because then it'll turn into, a possible squabble over it, and then, it takes the vibe out of the song. So I give him a copy of it just musically, and then what we do is we play it, and I sing the melody and the lyrics. I give him a copy of the lyric sheet and say, here's what I got. So he came up, basically, turned around and rewrote it with the title Look Out Below. Mm-hmm. So it'd be basically his interpretation of what his lyrics mean in that,
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about Don't Let Go? Is that...
So the same thing there. I had music and lyrics to that, It used to be called Due Time. And frankly, on that, I like Look Out Below. I like, Don't Let Go. I like in parts, but I think more parts of what I had in it before. But it still kicks ass musically, and it's got a cool melody. I just think I think it could have went a little further, down the road, and for me, on the chorus side of things, and but I do like the song though.
Yeah, yeah, and Look Out Below I think is phenomenal. That's like one of my favorite,
Yeah, on set we're not playing that unfortunately, but I'd like to. It's a fun song.
Yeah,
it's heavy, it's real gut level, fucking just.
Yeah, it's got a real good vibe though. I think it really get the crowd bouncing. You guys get it live.
Yeah. If you see Warren, put that in his ear.
Will do. He's about the only one I haven't seen today, so.
Everybody out there wandering around out there?
Well, I seen Steven and Carlos. Yeah, I haven't seen Robbie yet, but yeah, I got to meet Robbie. On this tour you guys played. I was living in Pennsylvania. You played a club out in Lancaster there, and
when was that?
99, 2000.
Oh, okay, back then. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's a hell of a nice guy, so I was hoping I could run into him tonight.
Look at the tats, dude. That's trippy. All right. Wow. That's killer, dude. Representing.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to.
That's very cool, man.
That's one thing I get out of your book that some people don't get. You're just talking about how music, spiritually, it's some people get it. And it's just it just moves you.
Yeah.
Some people just don't get it.
It's the blueprint and story of our lives. You hear a song and boy, you're just immediately transformed back to that time. That's why you can play songs over and over and over again, but you can't really do that with movies. So music's, I think, a definite higher level than most mediums of entertainment.
Absolutely, I agree. It's just you either feel it or you don't. It's just I agree. There's a lot of things in my life too. I can remember recording when an album came out, or
Totally. You can almost smell things. I have songs that I can literally just I'm just there to 30 years or whatever it may be. It's like you can smell being on the beach or remember being at whatever. I just love that feeling.
Yeah, a buddy of mine had a pool table in his house when Invasion came out, and I remember, man, when we first got a hold of that, we wore that first tape out for the first 3 minutes. Dad had a keg in a refrigerator.
Perfect.
So we're ripping off his dad's beer and shooting pool, and we listened to that thing for like 3 months straight.
That's
it was awesome. Yeah, I gotta ask. I play golf sometimes myself too, but does the Bloody OJ Club still exist?
I don't know what happened to the OJ Club, man, but that got a lot of mileage in comedy on the course, especially right around when that trial was so popular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whatever happened to that. It might be somewhere in the bowels of my garage, but I don't know.
So that was just a joke you came up with, make Club Bloody?
Yeah, I was cleaning my garage, and it was one of my kids' old Halloween props, for their costume. And I looked at it and I go, oh man, immediately the joke came in my head that I could pull that out of my golf bag on, on the course and make up a story to my friends that OJ loaned me a club and that here's a machete, plastic of course, machete, toy thing with red paint on it that make it look like blood. Or maybe it's a little disgusting, but it was, kind of funny at the time.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. That'd be right. Of course. Did you guys ever find out who the shoes belonged to that Ozzy took crap in?
Luckily, no, because had we found out whose shoes that those were, we could have been walking out of that room in handcuffs. I would. Oh my God, when the guy picked his shoes up in the morning, he probably just freaked. I'm sure the hotel bought him a brand new pair of shoes, and those were definitely like a couple $200-300 pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm. So that was just Ozzy being Ozzy that night.
Ozzy being Ozzy.
Yeah. I've heard some wild stories.
Yeah, he's a trip.
If you could relive any moments in Ratt, what would it be and why?
God, the only thing I'd like to relive is, having Ratt headlining arenas and packing, 13,000-14,000 people in. While we still get to play in front of that many people, not on a nightly basis, but, we'll pick up different tours and support slots and special guest slots and that kind of thing. I think Ratt really fits well in arena stages and bigger stages and bigger gigs like that. A lot of people like to see the band in a smaller venue, like a 1,400 seater or whatever, but I personally love playing arenas and big stages, man. So I just hope that we could, shimmy our way back up the ladder a little bit and do that.
Yeah. With an album this strong, I wouldn't see why not.
We'll see. I mean, I'm working. That's I'm thankful for that. A lot of people don't have jobs now, and I mean to be still getting to be this rock personality, and play and have people love what you're doing up there is a total, blessing and gift from God. So I don't take it lightly.
Mm-hmm. I had seen you guys on the Poison Ratt tour, and yeah, you guys definitely fit I seen you in Camden, New Jersey.
Oh, Camden? What was it? Is that PNC at PNC Center? What is that?
Oh God.
On which tour?
I can't remember. Poison Ratt, when you guys did the co-headline tour.
Oh, 99?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you guys came through with them, and then I think you guys had Great White on that tour.
And LA Guns, yeah.
Okay, and then LA Guns and Great White also came back through on your own afterwards in the clubs, or maybe the clubs might have been before. I don't remember which it was, but yeah, I caught you guys both, on the big stage. And in the clubs.
I don't remember going out with Great White and LA Guns in clubs at that point.
No. You guys all came through individually.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
and just did the club circuit after that tour was over, because it was. I think it was you guys, and then Great White played Crocodile Rocks, and then LA Guns. It was a bar, where I'd seen them. So, but yeah, that was all right after that tour.